Oh, hello. Thank you for joining me for Veg with Lisa live. I'm Lisa. This is indeed a vegetable, a tuber, I believe. This is so obviously going to be live. And today I am cooking up some Sardinian minestrone soup from one of my favorite bodies of work, the Blue Zones. If you don't know what the Blue Zones is all about, I'll put a link in the comment because you're going to want to check out their research and their recipes. But anyway, we got a lot to cover today and I'm a few minutes late, so let's get to cooking, shall we? Hi, Ellie. I missed you. How are you, Ellie? I'm so glad you're here because there are three kinds of beans in this Sardinian minestrone soup that I'm going to make today. Okay, why do we care about all these kinds of beans? Well, because the Blue Zones research tells us that the populations that eat more beans, the magical fruit, live longer. So three kinds in this soup. It's snowy in Minnesota. Holy cow. It's soup season still in Minneapolis. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, the usual suspects in my little red soup pot: onions, garlic, where's your sister? Carrots, celery, yep. And then a really cool addition, probably because it's very Mediterranean in nature, some fennel. I'm going to throw some fennel in there. If you haven't cooked with fresh fennel, I highly recommend it. Just saute that in a little bit of olive oil with a pinch of salt. I'm going to add a little freshly ground black pepper. Okay, then I was waving these. Hi, cousin Mildred, just in time for the Sardinian minestrone soup. I was waving these around earlier. Potatoes. Blue Zones recipe indeed. I'll type it in the comments. Yes, I think Minneapolis might be a blue zone city if I'm incorrect. If I'm correct or incorrect. Oh, Chuck is tuning in from sunny Signature Wealth Strategies in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you need a wealth strategy, Chuck is your man. Back to the taters. The original recipe, which is a Blue Zones recipe, called for regular old taters, which are fine. I also happen to love these white sweets, so I'm using a little bit of both because why can't a girl or a guy have it all? So the usual suspects: onions, garlic, celery, carrots, lentils, potatoes. Use whatever kind you've got. And then let's get to these three different beans. No worries, Chuck. I'm all for promoting my friend's business. Who else got a business they want to promote? No, just kidding. Three kinds of beans in this minestrone soup. I soaked these all before, and that's one thing I love about this recipe is you just soaked all the beans together, and then you're going to throw them all in, and they cook in the soup. I used cannellini beans, chickpeas. Oh, Lori, hi, great to see you. And these are actually cranberry beans, or they might be kidney beans. I honestly can't remember. I just kind of went to my cupboard. Dennis, hi. I went to my cupboard and pulled out all the dried beans that I know needed to be used, three different kinds. Why is this important? Again, because research shows that the populations that eat the most beans live the longest and they're the healthiest on their way to longevity. So why not eat some beans? And plus we know that the more plants you eat, the better your gut health. And oh, hi Susan. I might have overestimated the capacity of my darling little red soup pot. Speaking of plants, let's count them: onions, garlic, celery, carrots, fennel, two different kinds of potatoes. That counts. Three different kinds of beans. I'm running out of fingers and we're not even through yet. So far, there's already 10 different kinds of plants in this pot. You don't have to be vegetarian or vegan. However, you have to eat a lot of plants for a healthy gut, for a healthy immune system, for a healthy you. Okay, what's next? Tomatoes. This is a lemon. Just a can of diced tomatoes. Oh my gosh, I definitely overestimated my soup pot. Well, good thing I've got a surprise in store for you. Look at that. Okay, what else did I put in here? Oh, because I like tomatoey stuff, tomato paste. But we won't count that as a separate veg or plant. I'm just going to pretend, huh? This is when I need some AI to swoop in on my video. Okay, final touch is to top this off with, you could use water. The recipe called for water. I happen to have some homemade veggie stock. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to put that on high, and I'm going to let that cook down. Remember, friends, veggie stocks are some of the worst offenders of, that's right, some of the worst offenders of sneaky things like sugar, inflammatory oils like canola oil. So if you don't make your own veggie stock and tons of sodium, just read your labels. Okay, so check out this pot that I made earlier. Cousin Mildred, I got the burner off, so we're good. I burned my tea towel one time. Oh, look at this. This is a minestrone soup facial. So what? Oh my God, look at that, you guys. I wish you could smell it. It smells absolutely amazing. So let's recap. The usual suspects: sauteed onions, garlic, carrots, celery, fennel for the help me, Mediterranean. Mary Ann, I was just thinking about you the other day. Thanks for tuning in. Your ears must have been burning. Onions, garlic, celery, carrots, fennel, sauteed. Then we added our potatoes, any kind of potatoes, regular old white potatoes, white sweet potatoes. And then I added 3 kinds of beans. Don't get too particular. Whatever kind of beans you've got, throw them in. Yes. And then tomatoes, veggie stock. I'm going to put in a whole handful of fresh herbs. And because I can't help myself, parsley and basil. I love tossing a handful of fresh greens in anything I cook. Look at that beautiful colors of the rainbow. I lost count, but we must be close to 15 different varieties of plants. Remember, you've got to eat a bunch of plants for fiber, for a healthy gut, for a healthy immune system. Okay, now what you can't see that I already put in here is a little bit of couscous. So minestrone soup usually does have some pasta. I happen to have some just regular old couscous. Again, I went into the cupboard and I cleaned out and put it in the soup pot. If you have a whole grain pasta, that would be even better, or I bet you could put a little bit of quinoa in. Okay, what's next? Oh, well, to eat this lunch. That's what's next. So let's put some of this. Oh, guys, look at this. It's absolutely beautiful, especially with those flecks of green. Oh man, I want to know what kind of beans you're going to put in your Sardinian minestrone soup. I need a spoon here. Okay. And then because I like to top things off with even more green stuff, some fresh herbs that I reserved. Yeah, and some sprouts because I had them. And because I can't help myself, a little bit of chili crisp. You can buy whatever kind you want. I'm partial to my friend Sabrina, the Spice Witch's chili oil and chili crisp. And kind of like veggie stocks, those chili crisp products are, can't stand that, are some of the bad offenders. Hi, Rose. Some bad offenders of sugar and all kinds of things. Oh, Ellie says I'm an awesome human being. So are you, Ellie. Thank you. Let's give this Sardinian minestrone soup a try, shall we? Oh man, it's absolutely delicious. Thanks to you, human beings, all of you, each and every one of you, for tuning in to Veg with Lisa Live. Now, go make you a pot of soup. See you next time. Mm. Mm, mm, mm.